Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing my reread of the Off-Campus Briar U universe, which was just fully sent by the Off-Campus adaptation. I honestly wasn't going to continue the reread, but I'm obsessed with the Off-Campus adaptation. So here we are. I finished the goal. You will get the reading vlog for that. Actually, you'll probably already have it by the time this is out, but here is The Legacy. Now, I personally remember loving this book. I know some people feel like Garrett was not fully himself in this book, which fair. But yeah, we're gonna read this together and see if I love it as much as I did the first time. This is kind of like the epilogue novel. 4 stories, 4 couples, 3 years of real life after graduation, a wedding, a proposal, an elopement, and a surprise pregnancy. Okay, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into reading The Legacy. Part 1, The Pact. Grace and I have had numerous conversations about what'll happen when we get married. When, not if, because come on now. We're endgame and we both know it. Okay, Logan. I love them. I love them. I just love seeing them, like, happy together, which I think is why I love The Legacy so much. I love Alexander, the haunted doll that they all take turns shipping to each other, or, like, hiding in each other's homes is hilarious. And now it's a thing. Basically, we all ship Alexander to one another when the other person least expects it. Like, that's hilarious and also slightly creepy. I love L. Kennedy for coming up with that. Okay, so an article came out about Garrett and Logan in a hotel room getting a drink at the bar, and then they ended up sharing a room because of Huck Bunny broke into Logan's hotel room and handcuffed herself to the bed. And Sabrina in the girls group chat says, I think the more important question is, what are Hannah and Grace gonna do now that we know their boyfriends are secretly banging in elevators? Hannah, I feel so betrayed. Me. For real, they've been sleeping together this whole time and haven't even let us watch? I just love them. I told you a long time ago, you're it for me, Gracie Elizabeth. I'm gonna marry you one day. Aww. And then she says, who says I want to marry you? I tip my head and challenge. Don't you dare pretend we're not forever. I love how confident he is in their relationship. They're driving to Vermont and his texts go off. Text from Dean, Grace tells me. Ignore it. I make a grumbling noise. He and Tuck are terrorizing me and G in the group chat about the blog post. And you expect me to ignore that? I just don't get it. We were all roommates in college. I never even suspected you two were boning. It's even better hearing it from Surrey. Ooh, there's one from Tucker. She taps. Next message. I always had a feeling. They kept trying so hard to act like they were platonic. Because we were platonic, I growl. Were? My girlfriend says sweetly. Are. We were and are platonic. Another message from Dean comes in. Sneaky bastards. I hit a button on the screen. Sorry. Send text to Best Buds Forever chat. Best Buds Forever? Grace howls. That's the name of your group chat? Yeah, got a problem with that? I love that I just love them. I love their banter. I love that their group chat is called Best Buds Forever. I just love them. What if we starve to death? We won't, he assures me. What if we die of exposure and, oh my god, I just realized something. What if we're being punished? He sighs. Alright, I'll bite. Punished for what and by whom? By Alexander! For hating him! What if he did this? I gasped suddenly. Oh my god, Logan, do you think this is how Willie felt when he was lying at the bottom of that ravine with his broken leg before his spirit entered Alexander? Do you think he knew he was going to die? Logan doesn't speak for a moment. Then he nods. I've made the decision to ignore you for the next 10 minutes or however long it takes for the terror to leave my body. God, I love them. They're stuck on the side of the road in a snowstorm, and she is worried that they're being punished. Alright, I think it's time. Time for what? To make a pact. What pact? We could be stuck here for days, weeks even. It won't be days or weeks, you crazy woman. It could be, and if that happens, there's a good chance we'll die from starvation or exposure like Willie did on the California Trail. And unless we decide on a synchronized murder-suicide, obviously one of us will die before the other. So if that happens, we need to make a pact. Honestly, very sound logic, if I do say so myself. What fucking pact, he growls. If we're dealing with a starvation situation, the person who's still alive has to eat the dead one. Logan stares at me. What? I say defensively. It's a matter of survival. You want us to eat each other. Well, not each other. Only one of us will do it, and I just want you to know. If I die first, I give you permission to eat me. Do whatever you need to do to survive. No judgment whatsoever from beyond the grave. He just stares again. So it's a pact. The living one eats the dead one. No. Yes. No, as in, I'm not cutting off a piece of you. I'd rather we just die in each other's arms, old people in Titanic style. Fine. Don't agree to the pact. I'm still doing it. I love how she's like, if you die first, I don't care what you want. I'm doing the pact. A pact requires the agreement of both parties. Not when my life is at stake. She makes a point. A very good point, in fact. Oh my god, I love her. 3:46 a.m. The tow truck still isn't here. They're almost an hour late, and I fear for our lives. Who knows, maybe they'll never show up. We might be trapped here forever. Our bodies will be found years later and, oh, would you cut it out? Logan grabs the phone from my hand and addresses the camera. We're not going to die. We are just fine. He pauses for a beat. But in the event that we do die, Mom, I love you. I want you to know you're the greatest. Hey! I punch him in the shoulder. Stop using up my batteries for your goodbyes. You don't even believe we're gonna die. He won't even make a pact to eat each other, you guys. What kind of boyfriend is that? I'm offering him sustenance to live, and he won't eat me. I just love that, like, they're having an argument about whether or not to eat each other when they die. Dean's practicing his proposal right now, and he says, Allie, where do I even start? Bottom line, you're incredible. From the day we met, I knew we were meant to be. Okay, well, no. You had a boyfriend when we met, and I was a man whore. But from the day that we hooked up, shit, no. It was a one-night stand, and you were ashamed and didn't speak to me for days after. I take a breath and regroup. From the day that you took me back after we broke up because I was an asshole and got high and missed your play. Nope, also terrible. I try again. Allie, I don't even know where to start. Clearly, comes Garrett's dry voice. By the way, the answer is no. Go ahead and close that box. He's practicing on Garrett. So he practices it again and he goes, Allie, you're the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Ain't that the truth, Logan remarks. God, I love them. what's wild to me is the fact that G and Logan are teammates again. They played in college together for 4 years, then went their separate ways for 2, only for Logan to wind up playing in Boston on the same line as Garrett. Talk about serendipity, I think. I always use that word incorrectly. Tucker said, "You just asked for a limo and they gave you one." Logan snorts. "Do you know who this guy is? That's Garrett Graham, dude." Oh, so I guess Garrett told Tucker that Dean wanted to propose to Allie at the wedding, and now we're in the limo and Tucker is talking to him and he said, "I think you should do it." "Wait, really? Why not? Sabrina and I would love to share our wedding with you, and it opens so many other doors, you know? Think about it. All your great achievements. We could share together. Like when you and Allie get married, we'll be right there with the announcement of our second child. And when you share Allie's pregnancy, we'll be there announcing our new house." Logan chokes on his champagne mid-sip. I narrow my eyes. Point taken. "No, wait. It gets even better," Tucker says enthusiastically. "When Allie gives birth to your first kid, guess who will be there? Me. Again. There to introduce you to our new dog, who I'll name after your baby to honor you. And when your kid grows up, graduates college, gets engaged, and has a wedding of their own, I'll be sitting there in the front row, faking a heart attack." Logan shakes his head in utter astonishment. Holy shit. Tuck is a sociopath. Didn't I tell you that gingers are crazy? Garrett breaks into hysterics. "Alright, I get it," I mutter. Tucker smiles downright lethal. "Do you, De Laurentiis? Because if you upset Sabrina tomorrow by asking Allie to marry you, I will be there. I will always be there, at every corner, ruining every moment of your life until the day you die. And then, when you're on your deathbed, I'll commit suicide right before you go, just to steal your thunder. What do you think, man? How does that future sound?" Garrett gives me a smug look. "Told you so." Well, he was right, and so was Logan apparently. Like, Tuck is just sitting here now, drinking champagne and smiling at me, as if he hadn't just threatened to commit suicide on my deathbed. Gingers are psychotic. I love that. I love how it starts as like, "Oh, you should totally do it," and then it just ends. Aww. Dean's surprise for Tucker is so sweet. They're gonna play hockey at the TD Garden, and he flew out all their old teammates. Jake Bergeron, aka Birdie, Nate Rhodes, team captain after Garrett, Hunter Davenport, the current captain, Sims the goalie who won us 3 Frozen 4 championships, Jesse Wilkes, Kelvin Brodowski, Pierre, our other goalie Corson, trainer Nico, Danny, Collins Fitzgerald, who's been dating my sister for the last few years. The list goes on and on. Aww. Like Mike Hollis, who's back from India, where he lived for a year with his wife Rupi. They moved back to the States recently and live in New Hampshire now. I love that. That was so sweet of Dean to do for Tucker. I feel like Garrett and Logan, like they're all friends, but I feel like Garrett and Logan are best friends, and then Dean and Tucker are best friends. I love how all the boys have nicknames for Jamie, Sabrina and Tucker's daughter. Dean calls her Princess, Garrett calls her Gumdrop, Logan calls her Squirt, and then Sabrina's friend Hope's husband calls her Snickerdoodle. That's so cute. Allie overheard Logan calling Grace Mrs. Logan, so now she knows that they're married and no one else knows. they just found out Hannah's pregnant too, and now Allie has to keep 2 secrets from Dean. Okay, I don't really understand Allie's reasoning for not wanting to get engaged. She says because it's all tied together for me. An engagement is a step towards a marriage, and a marriage is a step toward a baby, and I don't want any of that right now. But that doesn't make sense. Like, people have long engagements and then get married and wait years to have kids. Like, it doesn't all have to be at once, you know? I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I love how Allie wants to find Dean and knows that he might not answer her text, but also knows that he would never allow her to worry, so she texts him, "I'm worried." No matter how pissed he might be at me, Dean would never allow me to worry. Like, he's like, "I'm all good, we're good," you know? Because he's like, "I'm worried," and he responds, "All good here." I love that she knows him well enough to know that Dean would never allow her to worry. I love Dean. As an engagement gift, Grace and Logan overnighted Alexander to Dean and Allie. I set the box on the mattress, peel off a corner packing tape, then rip the entire strip. I find a folded piece of paper lying beneath the cardboard flaps. The message inside is short and to the point. "Congratulations on the engagement. The 3 of us are so happy for you." The 3 of them. Allie's reading the note over my shoulder. A sick feeling creeps up my throat. I have a horrible suspicion I know exactly what. No. Oh my god, Dean, he's on our bed. We have to burn the sheets now. I glower at Alexander's red cheeks and vacant eyes. Motherfucker, you realize Logan would have had to ask Grace to overnight this? This is literal betrayal. Next level betrayal. I love Alexander. The Alexander thing is so iconic. I know I'm the one who opened this grotesque Pandora's box when I bought Alexander for Jamie, but how many times do I have to apologize? Why do these sociopaths keep sending him back? I love Dean. Oh my god. Oh god, Allie told Dean that Logan and Grace are married because she just said Mrs. Logan is a lucky woman. A very lucky. I stopped abruptly. Wait, what? Okay, we have reached part 3, the honeymoon. I'm gonna finish this book today. I guarantee it. Also, this vlog is going to be very, very long because I just love them so much and I can't shut up. I'm sorry. Okay, I've made it to part 4, the legacy. I am going to finish this today and I've only been reading for like 2 hours maybe. Jake Connolly mention. Beside me, Hannah gets these gooey, starry eyes she dons every time she's in Connolly's vicinity, and I'm sure that when he walks away, she'll do her usual shtick of poking me in the arm and whispering, "He's so handsome." I personally don't get it. I mean, he's a good-looking dude for sure, but as well as you've seen who she's dating, Hannah gets it. Hannah gets us, Jake Connolly girls. not only giving them Alexander, but getting them a whole new doll, haunted doll named Cassandra. Like, I really need to know if both dolls got sent around after this or if they just threw them away. I just finished The Legacy in one go. I think I started at like 11-ish, and it is now 2:02, which means that I finished this in 3 hours, 5 stars. I love getting to see all of our couples from off campus happy post-graduation. They never fail to make me laugh. I just love this book. Alexander, just everything about it is my favorite. So 5 stars. Thank you guys so much for watching this reading vlog. I'm sorry it was a little longer than usual, but I just can't shut up about them. They're my family. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.